Hello everyone, you're welcome back to our channel. I'm T.H.E. now. You're welcome to Have Our Women Ministry channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification button so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video. Today we are going to talk about Sarah in the Bible. Who is Sarah? Sarah is a woman that seems little is known about her, but so much is also known about her. And reading the book of Genesis, you get to know about Sarah. Some attributes about Sarah that we'll discuss explicit in her life. Sarah was a risk taker. Imagine a woman that seems her life journey started at the age of 65. And then her husband just comes and tells her, the Lord told me this and that. And if there's something that we've seen throughout the scriptures, there was no way that Sarah had a personal relationship with God, that God told her categorically, except when she laughed and the angel said, why did your wife laugh? She was just that woman that is being told by her husband that this is what God says. This is what he told me. He said I should leave my father's house and go to a land. And imagine her asking, where are we going to? And he said, I don't know where we are going to. We are just going there. Imagine being that wife that, okay, God, your husband, just go with your child. And then when he comes back, he's telling you that, actually, I went to sacrifice him. Living with such kind of husband can be scary sometimes. So Abraham claimed that God told him to leave his father's house, and he just comes and tells his wife, pack your things, we are leaving. Where are we going to? I don't know. But God said we should leave and we are leaving. I'm sure if it is the women of nowadays, they'll say, which God? Is God blind at this age when I'm 65? God should, are there no young men that God can use, people of promising age? But God wanted to show himself as God, and that was why he decided to use this very family. Also, another thing about Sarah we could see is Sarah must have been a beauty queen. That's what I would like to call her. Imagine a beautiful woman that is over 65, probably 70, and her husband will have to tell her to claim she is his sister. If not, he'll be killed. She must have been a beauty queen. And probably she dresses well, because age was definitely not showing on her. Imagine a woman that her husband is never scared or afraid of inviting people to come and sleep over in his house. She must have been a very hospitable woman. She was so hospitable that Abraham would just walk and see the angel and say, come to my house, just come to my abode and come and have a rest and eat. And he'll just meet her. We have visitors, prepare, and she'll just prepare everything. We've seen that over and over in the scriptures. She must have been a hospitable woman enough. Yeah, we can say in those days, the woman always listened to what the man says. But we have people, the likes of Jezebel, which we'll come to discuss later, who decide what her husband does, tell him this is how, do this, do it this way. And whatever it is she wants done, that's what her husband does. So we can't really say that women as of then cannot control what their husband did. But she was a woman of virtue, and she had this hospitality that her husband is not scared of bringing visitors in, because he knows he has a wife that will make things ready on time for her visitors. Sarah was also a human being, and she also had her time of lows. One thing we could see about Sarah was full of anxiety when she waited for the promise and it never came. Proverbs 13:12 said, hope deferred make the heart sick. And we could see that in her anxious moments, in her times that she felt like giving up, she had to come up with a plan. She had to make a decision. She gave her slave girl to her husband to get a child, because it seems the promise was not forthcoming. And that is human nature. She really felt, okay, Abraham said God told him that, then probably it's not through me. If he has a child, even if it's through his handmaiden, then the word of God is being fulfilled. It's kind of like an anxious moment. But even looking at that time of anxiety, we could still see her trying to make her husband not feel less of himself. Because for her to make that decision, that means she believed her husband and she believed that God really told him, but she just wanted to use her own wisdom probably to fulfill God's plan in another different way. She was tired of waiting, and getting too expectant can be worrisome. Who knows that probably when Abraham told her that God said you will have a child and she believed him, maybe she started preparing some child things for her children, because she will have she'll be mother of nations. So she started preparing some things, expectant. A woman that is expectant always prepares something in for the forthcoming of the child. And probably she had prepared some things, because yeah, believing that okay, her husband said this and this is what God said. Maybe she has started buying some baby clothes or sewing some baby clothes and has kept it with her. And whenever they kept moving throughout their journey with her husband, she always have to pack and keep moving and arrange things and keep moving. And probably she have seen the clothes over and over again, reminding her of the promise of God, but not seeing it come to pass. And that was why she had to make that decision. It's a time of anxiety. Seriously, waiting is a virtue, and very few, most times, can stand the process. Like I said, it came to a point in time that probably Sarah gave up, because when finally the angel came again and Abraham welcomed them, and she was sitting by the side and listening to their discussion, and the angels reminded Abraham that God is still faithful to fulfill his promise that Sarah will be with a child. Sarah laughed. I think that laughter is also a sign that she gave up. Like, it won't work again. But when the angel said, why did Sarah laugh? She actually denied laughing. But her laughter showed that she has given up. But God was a covenant-keeping God, and he turned her laughter into true laughter. A giving up laughter was turned into true laughter, and she had a son. Waiting can be worrisome, but it's a virtue that helps us to put our absolute trust and reliability on God. What are you going through today? Still waiting on God, or you have been waiting and you feel like giving up? Why will you give up when you've come this far? Think about this. It took almost 30 years difference between the first promise of a child and Sarah receiving a child, but Sarah waited. And in the New Testament, we could see so many places where faith was attributed to Abraham and Sarah, and we're asked to look at our mother Sarah and be like her. This is a call to everyone. Man or woman, have you waited on God and you're still waiting? Don't give up. It might not be 30 years. It might not take that long. But if you have come this far, please don't stop. What value can you add to your life while you are waiting? Another low on Sarah was her attitude towards Hagar after she gave Hagar up to give birth, after she gave Hagar to her husband to give birth to Ishmael. Her attitude changed towards her slave girl. Yes, the slave girl started giving her attitude, but she also gave her attitude. And Hagar at a point had to run away because of the way her mistress was treating her. Sarah must have really treated her bad for her to want to run away. Yeah, that is another law of Sarah. And after Sarah gave birth to Isaac, we could see her telling Abraham that she can no longer have Ishmael. She only wants Isaac. And Abraham couldn't take it because it was his son. But God told him that yes, let them go, because my promise will be fulfilled through Isaac. We could see some lows of Sarah there where, yeah, we could see something like a source of content in her or a sort of jealousy in her, but that is the nature of human. And that is where we also need the Spirit of God to help us on understanding things and understanding situations. So we don't make decisions that will affect us and later we are the one fighting the decisions we have made. Because Sarah made that decision of giving Hagar to Abraham. But later, she was the one that fought her own decision. So I pray that God will help us not to make decisions that we'll end up regretting, so that we will not end up fighting the decision after we begin to see the consequences of our decision. Like I said, and I always say, the greatest decision we will make is allow ourselves to be led by the Spirit of God, so that their failures can be our lesson, and then their legacy can be our compass and our guide. Thank you. That is it on Sarah Through Her Eyes series. See you next time. We'll be talking about Hagar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification button so you get notification whenever we post a new video. Bye bye.